Welcome to the stream. How you doing, everybody? What's going on? Testing 1 2 3. Can you hear me? Hello, Dragon. Hello, Ransom. Hello, Chi-Chip. Hi, Beardsley. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you guys. How you doing? How's your weekend? Get everything ironed out. Get all my ducks in a row and my buttons pressed and my dials dialed. My sliders slitted. Hey, Donnie. Good to see you, man. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you guys are here. It's a Monday, and sometimes Mondays are not the best days because, you know, like the weekend, and then you're like, Monday. But you know what? I think it's a good one. We're going to hang out today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some Bible stuff and talk about Jesus and jump into Hebrews, and then we're going to play some Breath of the Wild. It's good. It's all good. What do you want out of life other than people that care about you and video games? There's nothing else. It's all good. Probably food, shelter. What is going down, you guys? How? Tell me something you did good on the weekend. Give me something positive. Let's start with some positive stuff instead of jumping straight into the, you know. What is a positive thing that happened to you this weekend that you just like, man, that either was the exception because the weekend was but this was good, or it set the mood of the weekend. So what was that? I would like to know more about dragons and the mythologies. Well, go nuts. You're barking up the wrong tree here. I don't know much about dragons at all. Except for, like, I learned a lot just talking about it last week. Like, it was like more than I expected to learn. Yeah, what am I thinking? No, don't bang on the mic. Bad for it. Thank you very much, Dragon, for the sub. Saw that 14 months in a row, my dude. That's great. That's crazy. 8-month streak, 14 months in a row. That's fantastic. Thank you for doing that. Yo, Everkillian's here. Hi. Pause. Let me think. Well, the sickness that came to us was way less frustrating than anticipated. That's good. I'll take that. It's the little victories, right? You know what I mean? It's the little things where you're like, you know what? It could be worse. And sometimes that's enough. It could be worse, but it's not. So that's enough. Hey, Kishu. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. We got a shout out for Kishu. She's pretty rad. Let's say the classic stories when you change perspective from the human one to the other side, like Jack and the Beanstalk. Take it from the other side, the giant, or what about dragon steals the princess. You ever thought about what the dragon thinks of it? Well, actually, that's you bring that up, but it's actually a really good point about how much stories have changed, because it used to be back in the day that it was, you know, like there was a malevolent evil and it was obvious, right? Person with horns, the witch, the dragon, the ogre, the giant, the troll, there were certain tropes and stereotypes of the evil people that you're like, well, if it's a troll, it's bad, obviously it's going to be a problem, right? And so it allowed us to sort of fast forward and tell the stories of kind of going, hey, this is how you know it's a bad guy, because it's that, it's a species of bad guys. And then as modernity progressed, more of that, like you're talking about, going from, the perspective of the bad guy, or, using it as an anti-hero, or doing some kind of subversion of expectations where it's actually the good guy that's the bad guy and whatnot. Then that sort of slid into this idea of what if the bad guy isn't the bad guy, and then what if the bad guy is actually the good guy, and what if the bad guy had a reason for being bad, and then it was, what if the bad guy is bad because of society, because of his parents, because of the oppression of the man, you know what I mean? And that way there's no such thing as a bad guy, because everybody's a victim, and therefore nobody's technically a bad guy, because we're all victims of other people. And then that way you go, okay, then nobody has a problem. Evil doesn't exist, which I don't agree with. I don't think that's true. Yeah, we did. We started exploring shades of gray, which is fine. I think it's important to have a nuanced conversation about morality and to not just simply, you know, like just kind of go, this is bad, therefore, because that's how you end up with, you know, like all the isms, you know, prejudice and racism and sexism and stuff. It's just women are, men are, you know, this country is, which is not, that's not good, because we're not talking about fiction at that point. Right, but the assumption, Dragon, is that the unwritten... Thank you, my friend! I appreciate that very much. Dragon, that was very kind of you. I appreciate the bits. That's very, very cool. Why don't we have a 95 button? Why don't we party? That's really good. Appreciate that. Yeah, well, you talk about, you know, the dragon, you know, from his side, but the assumption would have been the dragon is a bad guy. The dragon eats people. The dragon is setting buildings on fire. The dragon is stealing blah, blah, blah. And it has a horde of things, right? That is, it's a malevolent evil that hoards good things and hurts people, right? That's bad. Or Rory Tiny Dino, you know, Sky Crew, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. You're adorable. An adorable tiny dino, and that's fine. As long as you're safe and you're not nipping at my heels, then you can stick around. And I mean, giants, right? Those were giants eat people. That's sort of the thing, right? Giants step on people, giants eat people, giants destroy. Therefore, if you see a giant, must be bad. Actually, I was reading a story by George MacDonald, I think, yeah. And it was the giant was bad because he ate people, but only the kids and only the fat stupid ones. And his wife didn't like that, and so she worked against him to make it so he'd stop eating the kids. Maybe you might nip at my heels. Well, I mean, if it's in jest or in love, I will accept it. However, drawing blood, I draw the line at drawing the blood. How you doing, Sky Crew? What brings you by? What's going on? How you doing? How's your Monday? What did you do this weekend? Keish said that worked in Bible times. There were giants in the promised land. Wonder if they thought they'd been eaten by them. Well, and that's, you know, were there giants in the promised land, or was it just a bunch of people that walked in there and went, man, there's a lot of people here, and some of them are pretty big. We're so little. Let's run away. But yeah, I hear you. It's such a bizarre, to me anyway. It's such a bizarre idea that to look at like, here's God, and you've just been through like a million miracles. You walk across, and he's like, now there, take it. And then you look at the land, and you go, I don't know. There's people in there. Like, yeah, I know. We just wiped off like a whole army like a minute ago. Exploring Twitch and all that, right? Well, what are you looking for? What's hello, so what are you looking for on Twitch? Like, you looking for community? You looking for a certain game? You looking for some kind of you know, like expectation? Like, what's your baseline for what you're looking for? Hi, Jelly Beans, good to see you. I mean, cannibalism, Kishu, probably was not unheard of back then. I mean, they did every other horrible thing in the entire world, so why not cannibalism? Well, that's the low-hanging fruit of Exodus, right? As far as preaching goes, you know, like, and then God showed up and did amazing things, and you know, did plagues and delivered them from slavery and fed them from rocks and from the sky, and then he, you know, he led them with a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire, and he brought them to the, you know, and then they were like, I don't know, does God even exist? Let's worship this goat. But that's the other side of it. We can't criticize too loudly, because we are just as short-sighted, right? God shows up yesterday, and he provides, and he works miracles, and he gives us patience beyond what we can understand. He brings together in reconciliation people that, you know, we care about, and then the next day we're like, I don't know if God's gonna have this one. I'm not totally sure if we can trust him. Maybe I should, you know, do something stupid. We do the same thing. Hi, ukulele. You're supposed to be working. Oh no. Well, by all means, feel free to work and lurk. That's what we're all about here. This is a very lurky, a very lurky stream. I'm a great second monitor streamer where you can barely pay attention to me, and then occasionally give me a glance, which is perfectly fine. That's all I'm worthy of. Use it to segue into how much better off we have it with. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, see, that's good. You have a good preacher. Good for him. What games do I play? Well, right now I'm stuck in 2, Breath of the Wild and Genshin Impact. For a long time I was doing like a million other ones, bunch of indie games and a bunch of crazy stuff, but in preparation for Tears of the Kingdom and because Genshin Impact's just so freaking fun, that's what I've been playing lately. I have, if you look at my desktop right now, I have like 10 games installed that I was gonna play because I thought they were kind of fun. One of them's One Hand Clapping, which I think would be a lot of fun to play, but horrible to watch. So this is what's on the one side. So it's a game where you use your voice with your microphone to create platforms and to create like to solve problems. And so therefore I'd be playing along and all of a sudden you'd hear, and like, how long could you deal with that before having to change to another channel? You like the hair? Yeah, it's I didn't shave today. Yeah, I think it could be. I think it could be fun too. Maybe we should do that on Wednesday. If I get enough people interested in listening to me bellow, we'll do that on Weird Wednesday. Could be fun. Who knows? Could be terrifying as well. There's one I saw. I was watching the trailer, and it was the way that you solved the puzzle was you had to follow the notes. You go, ah, and then the next one you had to go, ah, and it would like take your notes and then harmonize them so that you would sound, 3 of you would be harmonizing to solve with yourself. It was something. I don't think it's gonna go very good, but we'll see. Sounds like a game you'd enjoy. Well, Rocket, it was free on Amazon Prime. Y'all getting your Amazon Prime games, by the way? Hey there, Akio. Good to see you. How was your weekend? Yeah, if you're not getting your Prime games, go get your Prime games. They got 1 million of them. There's way too many Dragon stories out there. You never know them all. Oh, there's so many. I mean, even in history, even just in, like, if you go 1,000 years ago, and don't talk about all the modern proliferation of, stuff after the Gutenberg press, but like just there was 1 million before. Now there's a bajillion more. Sounds like a game I would pay money not to have, right? Exactly. Can you imagine? You're sitting there like it's like 9 p.m. Your kids are all in bed, then you're playing a game. You load it up, and all of a sudden you're sitting there. Oh, I got to love. Like, it's just, what are you doing, Dad? Shut up. Talking to some friends about new content style. Interesting. So you like dipping away from the village game that I can't remember the name of, that Minecraft that's harder than Minecraft, or you're talking about doing like a whole new sort of like overlay system. How's Akio today? Vintage Story, that's called. It's funny that you say that about my hair, because Jelly Beans, because I am I walked past the mirror today and I'm like, oh man, I gotta shave. Then I jumped in the shower and forgot. I was so distracted. I'm just stepped out of the shower and I'm like, oh no, I have to go on all hairy and fuzzy. Yo, Jim Bim, good to see you. Welcome. I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it. Thank you for the kindness. It was good. Grinded some Destiny 2. Oh, you did, eh? So how long is that campaign? Like, I watched Jate for a while and he played it for jeepers. He had to play it for 30 hours at least. And I'm pretty sure he said that he got to the end of it, or he got to whatever level he wanted to get to. But holy moly, that was a long thing. So how long is the actual DLC? I'd imagine since it was such a big one, it's added a bunch more hours to the game. But is it better? That's how it starts. Then next thing you know, you have Gandalf there. Hey, if you go, maybe I'll show you. I'll show you. Let me pull it up, because I have it. It is absolutely me. And I had the beard. I really did. Let me see if I can pull up when I had the big one, because it was substantial. And then I just got itchy, and I didn't want. I'm like, I don't want it to itchy anymore. I thought I looked really old too, like super old. How far? There we go. Okay. So that's the full beard, right? No, I mean you can like dragons and not be. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Breaking Amish. Breaking Amish. I think it got longer than that even. Like it was pretty long there for a little while. But yeah, it was I'm like, man, I thought about growing it back, but like the amount of bush that I would eat, and it would end up like it's gray, my dudes. Like it'll come out very gray. Hell, the D&D DM. Is it that stereotypical? I'll take it. Why not? I definitely have a the Simpsons. What's that guy? The comic book store guy. I definitely got his build, so it may as well look like him. I mean, there's a reason why I have mine. I know, right? Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong. I mean, if you can grow one and it looks good, go for it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not everybody can. Not everybody can. Like, you may want the handlebar mustache, you may want the big old bush. Like, you're not going to get it if your body just doesn't generate it. You just downloaded one hand clapping. There you go. Maybe you and I'll compete in it. See who can get through. We'll speed run. Let's see if we can speed run one hand clapping. There you go. Dyes it purple. Thank you, Lexi.
Uncle 62, look at this melon, one melon heart.
Thank you so much for coming by, Lexi. I appreciate that. Let's get a shout out for Lexi. She's a great content creator, super positive, super awesome, really nice person, really nice. Are you doing Lexi? Are you still doing mostly that Disney game, or you? And I think I saw you do. Did I see you in Destiny? I know you jump into a few FPSs, but like, are you still doing? What's a Lexi? You're a Lexi. Barges through door. Yo, what up, dude? Yeah, you're right, Dragon. There are a lot of bad stories for sure. Might need to beard. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see it. See, I put it in there for you, Jones. It's there. Disney Dreamlight has me in a chokehold. Yeah, I mean everybody was playing Destiny. Oh, you're playing Apex, right? Yeah, Apex. Your husband can't grow it at all. I mean, I wasn't able to for a long time, like till I was like at least 30. I couldn't fill in those cheeks until I was like 30. Like, it took a long time for me to get to the place where I could grow a beard. The Disney Dreamlight thing looks, I think if you're a Disney person, you like Disney, you're gonna enjoy that. I'm not so much a Disney guy. Like, the characters, they're fine, but they don't really grip me. If there was a, I'm sure there's a word, like, I have a game called Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, can't remember what it is, but it's like a big top down, like like world building kind of deal, and it looks really cool because I'm more pulled towards Lord of the Rings world, but it's such an investment. Like you said, it'll take over your life, man. So I don't want that. I got other things to do. I got to grind Genshin. Can't do everything. Participated in November when you received the Dirt Lip Award. That's good. I like that. Later, Jim. Disney life, even though I don't like Mickey and Minnie. Yeah, Mickey and Minnie are. I don't know how they became popular. Obviously, at the very beginning, but you know, they are definitely not their strongest characters. All right, let's jump into the Devo. All right, Mickey. I know. Well, he is technically still the face, like still the ears or whatever are still like the big deal, but it's definitely not like the. And there is still, I think, did they still have the Mickey Mouse Club? They did for a long time. It wasn't until after World War I, World II, they started putting other characters in the forefront. Maintain Mickey's innocence. Well, and oh, I see. So like to not have to feature him in like war stuff. Oh, that makes sense, I guess. It's actually a lot of that stuff is really good trivia. Like I like, you look at that thing and what was I reading today? You know, sort of stuff that you don't really think about in history that you just generally think it was a lot cleaner back then. It was a lot more, you know, innocent. You know, people weren't as mean to each other. It wasn't as, you know, ruthless or whatever. And the truth is that then it was just as bad, if not worse, as far as like the development of these big companies and like crushing others and, you know, artists, like abusing artists and just all the same stuff as back then. It's just we tend to clean it up for the sake of, you know, the history books. And it's nice to learn that. Like, I mean, we were just reading, what was I reading today? Something about, you know, how there were people out there that were talking about how when the, you know, the Aboriginal people of North America, you know, First Nations or whatever, were here, that they were like, it was always perfect and idyllic and they all loved each other and loved Mother Nature and nothing bad ever happened until the white man came. Like, it was like, no, there was plenty of war and murder and horrible stuff happening before they came to, you know, so it's, yeah. Oh, you watched it? It was on the B, right? Yeah. Which, it's, what's the, I mean, there's a quote, like, if those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it, but it's got to be one out there about how if you don't know your history, you're not going to be able to understand the current world that you're living in. Like, you have to know how difficult or in how similar life is then to it is now, how it wasn't better in the past, it wasn't worse in the past, it was the same as it was now in the past as far as how people treated each other. Yeah, I mean, we live in the best era because we got the best healthcare, we've had the longest time between wars, you know, things like that. And so like it's been, you know, this is a good time to live. But come on, like we're pretty horrible to each other and they were too. So it's this. Hi, Pineapple. Good to see you. Tell you what, why don't we jump into the Devo, and I'll pray, and then we'll chat about some stuff about Jesus, and then we're gonna jump into the game. I'm gonna try to keep it chill today. I've got some stuff to do after stream, guys. I have 100 hours worth of stuff to do every week. I was figuring this out, and I have like 100 hours worth of stuff to do every week, and only like 60 hours of consciousness. Like it's so much, but I'm so glad that I get to be here with you guys in this moment. Like this, what's cool about jumping on stream, and if you're a streamer, if maybe you're an artist or maybe whatever, is during the time of creation, during the time of community, maybe Sunday morning, maybe whatever, and it's like it just like this is like the safe zone. I don't have to worry about that, I don't have to worry about that, and I don't have to worry about, you know, any of this stuff. I'm just me and you and us hanging out and having fun together. Like this, that's it. So I'm very pleased to be here. The sanctuary of this 3 hours is very meaningful to me, and I'm glad that you guys are part of it. But you know, life doth wait beyond the door, so we should probably do some things. Anyone here know Punky? I know Punky Brewster. Yeah, I remember Punky Brewster. And I meant, anybody remember Rainbow Bright? I liked Rainbow Bright. When I was growing up, I watched a lot of girl shows. I watched Care Bears, Smurfs, Rainbow Bright, She-Ra. What's some other good? My Little Pony, Strawberry Shortcake. Like I like all of those. Like I was into all of them. Like sure, G.I. Joe, it was fine, you know. Like, but give me Strawberry Shortcake any day of the week. He-Man though, He-Man was my jam. You can't miss He-Man. That was a good show. When they crossed over, whew, that was a big day. That was a big day. Getting the old She-Ra He-Man crossovers. That was a good deal. Let's I remember, yeah, watched a lot of girl. Yeah, we all did. I think we all did. It's just what you had. That's funny. Probably because we were watching all the shows. That's the thing, Jim. It's not that we opted for the girl shows. We just watched all the shows. That's what we did. There was no break in between. We just watched them all. Even the sister, I managed to avoid a lot of girl shows growing up. Then I got to university, and Young and the Restless was an inviolable ritual every day. Oh yeah. Yeah, they had something similar happening in our dorm too. Yeah, I remember that. It wasn't Young and the Restless though. It was something else. It was Guiding Light. Was it Guiding Light? I can't remember. I didn't care. I skipped it. I thought I never was able to get into that. TMNT Batman. Yep. Yeah. Oh, we were arguing about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just yesterday, or because my daughter was saying we're talking about April O'Neil. So in the latest iteration of TMNT, April O'Neil is a young black schoolgirl who does super awesome ninja moves, and and is on her school paper. And before that, she was she wasn't a redhead. She was still kicking butt. And before that, she was a redhead with the yellow jacket and a reporter. But she was also like dating Donnie. I can't remember. She had something. But you have to go way back in history before you get like the April O'Neil I know, right? Which was red hair, yellow jacket, wasn't always in trouble, being saved by the turtles. Like that was way back in the day. April O'Neil's the name of my sister-in-law's foster turtle. I love that. That's full circle right there. I love that. 1980s, yeah, 87, I think. 1987 April, yeah. Or the one from the one from the video, or not the video, like the original like live action movie. She was still tough, but she definitely wasn't like, she wasn't doing karate moves alongside the Ninja Turtles, Is there a hold on before I do anything. Is there really? Is this no? Oh, Mutant Mayhem. What? That's a weird style. So like it's like half written, half claymation. Half. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, there's. Okay, see, that's New April. Yeah. So I guess they kept that. It doesn't look like the cartoon I was watching though. With my kid, that was kind of CG-ish. Neat style though. Can't say I don't like it. I think I do. I don't mind when they take a little bit of an artistic jump. I mean, what's the name of that Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse. It really did. I think it kicked a lot of artistic, kicked off a lot of artistic experimentation. Like people going, hey, wait a minute, like we can do it better and we can do it more creatively, and we don't have, like let's see if we can do it. I think anyway. Yeah, Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man. Shut up. Yeah, I mean, it's such a good it was Rusty, it was such a good show. I'm such a fan. Yeah, it was like stop motion turtles / like sort of like, I don't know. It definitely gave me Spider-Verse vibes. Put it that way. Yeah, it definitely looked like that, Beardsley. Like it for some reason it has some like claymation deal going on there. Is ice cream is ice cream a soup? Says Ditto Pastor Dylan. No. And gazpacho isn't either, as far as I'm concerned. It's a sauce that people somehow forgot to put on something. Low, and the low frame rate, 12 frames per second. Yeah, that's all. That's Spider-Verse too. Yeah, they did such a good job on Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse 2 is going to be good. Hopefully they don't, they got to be one of the things you got to be careful about is basically them. Is it a cash cow? Is it a cash grab? Did they give it as much money, or not? Gazpacho's a bowl of salsa. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not soup any more than salsa is soup. All right, tell you what, let's do Devo, and then we'll jump into the rest of it. I could talk about the surge of animation. You probably could, Rusty. Yeah, I bet you could. Actually, I'd be very curious to hear some of that, because I'm very curious about the impact of AI on artists and whether or not it's helping out, and whether or not it's, good / is it worth waiting for $1 million bazillion movie, or is it okay to put one out there that's only kind of okay? YouTube, is it a good thing that they force artists into a pigeonhole, otherwise you don't get views or whatever? Like, there's lots to talk about. It'd be a cash pig. I mean, I'm sure there's a cow somewhere in the Spider-Verse. Spider cow? Gotta be there. And no question, it definitely has, vibes. Since tomatoes are a fruit, does that make ketchup a smoothie? Yes. Yes, it does. I say categorically. Just not a great smoothie. Is AI worth the description of all morals and values? I saw an interesting, we're never going to get to the Devo, but I saw an interesting thing go through Lumia today, and Lumia said that they're somehow going to be incorporating ChatGPT into Lumia's stream. I don't exactly know how, but somehow ChatGPT and Lumia stream are going to be helping my chat somehow. I don't know what it's going to do, and it's something to do with text to speech. No idea. Yeah, if there's a Spider-Man T-Rex, there's Spider everything. Isn't a cash pig just a piggy bank? You guys are hilarious. I don't know, but what's the mod? Like, is it going to chat along with us, or is it going to be a moderator, or is it like, I don't know. I don't know. Now I want to talk about after school specials. You guys are very distracting. It's funny because I've got people that are like, why don't you just get into the Devo? I got to get back to work, and other people are like, we're just chatting along. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna just start it, and we're gonna get into it. Let me pray. God, thank you for the day. Thank you for Monday. Thank you for the chat. And thank you for everybody who you have brought and will bring. We pray for opportunities to share the gospel with people who haven't heard it, to bring clarity to people who have confusion, to bring community to the lonely, to bring light into dark places, and to bring joy to the lives of those who have gathered here today, to be able to have fun together and enjoy one another. Thank you for this amazing gift, and please honor yourself through it. In Jesus' name, amen. Just screaming binary. I could do that, but just it'd come out like that Bender, 10010011110, and then you go back in time. Yeah. All right, let's just talk about it real quick. So the verse of the day today, in case you don't know, is from Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. Very famous verse. If you're in the church, you probably heard it a million times. It is, let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. It's let us then. So obviously, as soon as you see a let us then, you got to have context, because that means, what happened before that. Since then, unfortunately, that means you need a bit more context. And what it is we're talking about Jesus as better than religion, really, is what it comes down to. It's In Hebrews, it's an argument from a preacher to a big group of people who talking to them about why it's better to stick with Jesus than run away from the Christian faith back into either paganism or angelology or back into, like to your Jewish roots or whatever. It's like, this is why Jesus is better than that. And so talking to the Jewish segment, he's like, you shouldn't run back to the old style of Jewish worship, because that's a lesser high priest. That's a lesser version of what Jesus gives. He is the greater high priest, right? He stands before God. He is infallible. He knows you better than anything. He lived a perfect life. He can see your heart. Like, he's the perfect high priest. Why would you go back to one that is sinful and doesn't see you all the time and doesn't understand you great, and has their own issues? And so, yeah, I know that, and there's a couple like that basically you have to keep, backing up. Yeah. So we're gonna just kind of starting here. It says, since then we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God. So that's talking about since we have this better high priest than the Jewish, better high priest than all the temples, better high priest than all the other religions, since we have a high priest who is actually standing next to God, who is Jesus, the Messiah, the Savior, the chosen one, who is standing next to God as Son of God, as the incarnation of God himself, the second member of the Trinity. If that's all true, since we have so much of a better connection to God through Jesus, then we should hold fast to our confession. What is the confession? That basically means, faith in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, exclusively as the only way to be able to save from sin and get a path to God, the way, the truth, the life, Jesus. Let's hold fast, as opposed to run from our confession, change our ideas, change our minds, being like, you know what? I don't know. We're going to go back to the better one, go back to the old ways, go back to the old style, go back to the old system, because I know it better. So he's saying, since Jesus is better in every way and talks to God for us, we should probably stay Christian. That's what that means. Verse 15, for we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses. Right? So you consider, you go to church, you go to your parents, you go to your friends, you go to pastor, elder, whatever, and you explain to them what's going on in your heart. They can't really feel what you feel. They may be able to sympathize. They may be able to kind of go, oh, that, I've had an experience like that, or I've kind of understood. Or they may just be like, you know what, your problem's your problem, and they don't understand what you're saying, and you're not explaining it properly. And the whole point here is to say, since Jesus is the kind of high priest who can understand us, because he lived a human life, he was tempted in every way, he faced every kind of opposition you can possibly have, every kind of betrayal you can have, like whatever you're going through, Jesus went through. He understands. He walked it perfectly, right? It says next, one who has every respect been tempted as we are, but without sin. So in other words, he did it right? He faced all the same stuff you've faced, and he did it properly. Since he can sympathize with our weaknesses because he was human, because he was tempted in every way. In fact, if you think about it this way, the temptations of Jesus were 1,000 times more difficult than ours, because we succumb, right? He didn't. So I would think of it this way: like he comes to earth and he sees every potential temptation, all of the temptations all at once. He sees the every potential wrong that he could do for his whole life. We don't, right? We see like the highlights, like the most obvious ones that are in front of our face, and then we just kind of move along with our life, sitting along with things that we don't even recognize, right? We do things we shouldn't do, we don't do things we should do, and there are things that we're disobeying in ways that we don't even know we're doing, because it's either in our thoughts or because we, it's just part of our life. So we end up, we look at Jesus. Can you imagine what it would be like to see everything that could possibly be wrong with the world, be faced with every possible wrong thing, and navigate it perfectly? I think again of that Mark Rober, video where he takes kids and he takes two kids and he puts like a little bit of reflective or whatever gel in their hands, and then he says, okay, here, go play. And then they go play in the room for a little while, and then when they come back and they scan the room, everything is covered. Like that, those two little kids just touched everything, and they touched all the other kids, and then everything got touched, and just a rainbow of horrible was in there. And his point was to say, and that's why we wash our hands, you know, which is a good point. But I think that's how Jesus would see the world. It was like predator vision, where he sees all of the potential issues far more than we do, and he navigates it perfectly because he understands how to properly. So he understands far more than you think about sympathizing with your weakness. He was tempted as you are, went through perfectly. And since that's the case, right? So backing up, since he's a better high priest, since he's the best leader of whatever religion, right? Of the Christian religion, the better of every religion, since he stands in heaven, since he is the Messiah, since he is the most powerful being, the Son of God, you know, elevated to the highest place, since he is able to understand us more than anybody else, able to recognize our temptations and our weaknesses, since he was tempted just like we are, faces exactly what we are, but did it perfectly, unlike every other person out there, you know, let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, right? So where else are you going to go to find a better high priest than that, to get a better connection to God than Jesus? And if that's all true, and he loves you that much, like he died on the cross for you, and he stands as your advocate, then draw near to God in prayer, draw near to him with your heart, draw near to Jesus, the throne of grace, not the throne of judgment, not the throne of you know, like the creator whom we must cower before. But if you're one of his kids, because you're a Christian, draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. Which means, and this is it's very obvious, but I think it needs to be restated so much, and that is, when you pray and you're a Christian, Jesus knows what you need. He cares about what you're going through. He wants the best for you. He feels on your behalf. He weeps on your behalf, and he stands before the Father as your advocate, as someone who's on your side. He doesn't want you. He's not there looking over your shoulder and, you know, why are you doing that? And you're the worst. And how come, you know, like, I wish you'd just suck it up. And why can't you do better? He's on your side. He's like, I know what it's like to be tempted in that way. I know what it's like to be weak. I know what it's like to be betrayed. I know what it's like to be, you know, faced with a world of opportunities that's really, really difficult. And I know what it's like to be in your shoes. Ask for my help, right? Come to me. Come before me, come to my Father's throne, and receive the mercy. Remember what mercy is. Mercy is not getting what you deserve, whereas grace is getting what you don't deserve, right? Mercy is not getting what you do deserve. You deserve punishment. You deserve, lack. You deserve problems. You deserve a bunch of things because you're a sinner. You don't get it at the throne of grace, the throne of mercy. But at the same time, you get things you don't deserve. That's grace. God will give you abundantly more than you can ask or imagine. He gives you forgiveness you don't deserve. He gives you presence you don't deserve. He gives you adoption you don't deserve. He gives you provision you don't deserve. He gives you relationships that you don't deserve. Like, he gives you these things you don't deserve and doesn't give you the stuff you do. And if that's the case, why not pray? Why not ask? That's what it comes down to. If that's true and you're a believer, then why don't you pray? Why don't you approach the throne of grace? What high priest, what connection to God, what greater thing are you looking for in order to get better advice, better mercy, better grace, better love, a better, mediator between you and God? Who are you looking for? Because when you're not praying and you're not bringing it to God and you're seeking other options, like, oh, I could do it myself, and oh, I need to, if I just need some money, I just need to panic some more, I just need some more control, if my, wife, girlfriend, whatever, would be better or whatever, if my, you know, if my job was just nicer, if my world was just better, if the mall was just less, was cleaner, whatever, right, then I wouldn't be a problem. Like, I'm gonna go try and do all these other things. And yet the invitation is simply to say, talk to Jesus about it. Like, open up your mouth, sit down, and say, Jesus, if you're a better high priest, and if you're on my side, and if I am your child, because I've confessed you as my savior, and if you sympathize with all my weaknesses, and you understand what they feel like, and you know how I feel, if you've been tempted how I've been tempted, and you understand how to walk it perfectly, but you also care about me, if you've invited me to stand before God and to bring my issues to you, if you have chosen to give me mercy, I deserve wrath and you haven't given it to me. If you've given me grace, given me stuff I don't deserve, if all that is true, then this is what I need. This is what I need. Could you please help me? I think there's a lot of Christians out there that opt for every other option. They'll call their friend, they'll call their mom, they'll call their pastor, they'll sit by themselves, they'll sit in a room, they will buckle down, they'll try harder, they'll, you know, redo the budget, and they'll redo their list, and they'll redo their, you know, whatever, and they get to the end of the day and they think, oh, I should probably pray about that too. Jesus, all the things I did today, can you please bless those? You know, because I'm doing it, I'm saving myself. Could you please make that happen? And Jesus is like, no. I don't want you to save yourself. I'm going to show you my grace, my mercy. I want to show you my miracles. I want to walk with you, right? It's pray first, trust him. We're going to have a question of the day here where we just kind of ask the question, you know, what do you need God for that only God can do? And I'm curious if you just take a minute and just kind of think through right now before we go pray, before I close, you know, just take a minute and kind of go, you know, what do I need that only God can do? And we're gonna share that. Let me pray. Yahweh, I see that. Give me a sec. Lord, thank you for your love, and thank you for your grace, and thank you for your mercy, and thank you for your presence. Thank you for your attention. Lord Jesus, it's amazing to consider that you are our high priest, that you know us, you love us, and despite all of our failings and misery and ways that we've hurt ourselves and others, you continuously invite us back. You continuously save us. You continuously show us mercy and grace. We cannot begin enough to understand that amazing grace, but we can lean on it and count on it and come to you as the one who knows our heart best. You know our needs. You know my needs. You know my family's needs. You know everything far more than we do. You know everybody in chat and every single thing that they need. And you know that exactly what the solution is. Forgive us when we don't talk to you. Forgive us when we don't trust you. Forgive us when we don't wait on you and go charging forth. Help us act like Christians. Help us act like people of faith. And to trust you to be the provider. Because you are. In Jesus' name, amen. The question of the day. Question of the day today is, what do you need God for today that only God can do? Right? What do you need God for today that only God can do? Yahweh's the Lord says it's about just trusting in God's. It's like when he calmed the storm, all you need to do is trust in him, and your stress and worry will go away. Well, at least it'll be abated, right? Like I know what you mean. It's if Jesus is who he is, this is where it comes down to, right? This is sort of that cognitive behavioral therapy, thinking through things logically kind of thought. If Jesus is who he is, and he is truthful, and he said what he said, and the Bible is true, then I can go, I don't need to flip out. It's not under my control. It's not something I can do. I only need to do whatever it is that's in front of me, right? I don't have to jump into, I don't have to impress him. I don't have to bribe God. I don't have to, clean up my whole life before he does something for me. Jesus is who he is. If his promises are true, then, I can trust him to do what is good, and I don't have to panic. To your point, yes. Killian said, in response to the question of the day, I need him to not jump out of the window and run screaming into the night. Basically, just to be able to face life as is and neither lose hope nor will. I think you can feel that one too. I mean, that's when you have a relationship with humans, and they are, they've made you some promises, they've shown you some love. Thanks for the follow, and then they turn their back on you, right? Or someone you care about, someone you want to, you thought was on your side, and they stab you in the back, or they just abandon you, right? It's easy to start attributing that to God. Be like, he must be like everyone else, because this was one of his people. This was a pastor. This was a friend. This was a Christian counselor. This was whatever. And when they saw all the troubles in my life, they freaked out. They couldn't handle it. They took off. They stressed out. They came up with a bunch of dumb advice, and when it wasn't working, or I didn't take it, they took off on me. Is God like that? Is God trying to give me some advice? I don't take it, so he's like, forget you, and wanders off. Is he the kind of God that goes, I can't handle that, you're just too much, right? Or is he the kind of God that sits back and laughs at you because, watching you fall apart is his entertainment? If we have a difficult perspective of human beings, then we're going to start pushing that onto God. If our dad wasn't very good, we're going to start thinking our heavenly Father isn't that great. If our friends weren't very faithful, we're going to start assuming Jesus isn't very faithful, right? We're going to start attributing to him. And so like talk about, I need him not to jump out the window and run screaming into the night. Basically means that's what other people do, right? As soon as they got a taste of all the stuff I'm going through, they knew it was too much. And so they just like, I can't handle you. And then they wandered off. Does God do that? He doesn't, obviously. That's the moral of the story. But yeah, to know that he's there to get to the end of yourself, like literally to the end of yourself, and be like, I can't do anything else, and I can't force anything. I can't make the world bend to my will, and I can't just invent money, and I can't just invent peace, and I can't solve all the problems, and I can't heal all the sick people. I can't do it. Therefore, the only choice that I have is to lean on the one who knows more than me, loves me more than I do, and sees the future. Therefore, I'm just going to trust that he's not only real, but that he's active. And I'm going to watch and see what he does. And that's hard to do, because we are very active people who want to do things. If God was like humans, we'd be doomed. Yeah, absolutely. Just don't worry, I don't mean your problems will all go away. Just God has a plan. Yep, you're absolutely right, Yahweh. Yep, for sure. Weird to call you Yahweh. Donnie Dreams says, there are many stories of hope in the Bible. Just skimming through, you're likely to come across at least one. There was apparently a study done that said when thoughts of hope were introduced in the subject, all indications of depression and anxiety completely left the brain. Well, that's it, right? You can define depression very much as the loss of hope, because depression settles in and takes hold when you start to think that it'll never get better, nobody will understand, I'm a toxic person that nobody should touch, and that God's not here, or God's not on my side, and like when this will never change, this is how I'll always feel. Once that thought starts to take over, that's where hopelessness settles in, and that's where you've really got that real depression, right? It being sad for a momentary period of time because circumstance or whatever is not the same as the hopelessness of depression. Being sort of nervous about what's going to happen in the future, or I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow, is not the same as, clinical anxiety that is, where you're so juiced on fear inside your brain that you literally think that at any given, your body seems to think at any given time you're going to die or explode or something horrible is going to happen. And it's hard to fight that. To say God is good, no matter what happens, he'll take care of me. He's on my side. Well, anxiety is blah, 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 blah. It's hard to do. Oh, I need him so that you don't go jumping, screaming into the night. That makes more sense. Okay, I get it. But yeah, that makes true. And, you know, to that point, you know, the only way that we can, you know, not freak out. Yeah. How do I take it other than God holding me together? That's a good point, though. Yeah, sorry about that, Lightgate. Yeah, it was, yeah, that is definitely true. Yeah, I mean, I know that feeling for sure. Because it's just too much. There's too much in this world to face. It's just too much. You can't. There's too much. And so therefore, you'll either crater or you'll find someone strong enough to take it for you. Jim says, there are many things only he can do. I guess the things that come to mind are that he'll continue to help me be who he wants me to be. And for healing, no one can do that like God can. It's interesting. And not to criticize anybody's answer, but I was really hoping for more specific, right? I need him to help me with this. I need him to show me this exact thing. Like, we always talk in generalities, and I get it, because you don't want everybody in your business and it's hard to share and whatnot. But is there anything specific? Like, if you were to say, like, this is the miracle I need that only God can do, like, what is that? Like, is it to be able to last the day without flipping out, without running away, without leaving? Is it to be able to, you know, like, to find a job that I can actually do because I don't know what to do? Like, to get an answer to a question that nobody knows the answer to? Like, what is it that is purely a God thing? Donnie says, Isaiah 40:31, which says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Yeah, good verse. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Pineapple says, "I think the thing I find difficult is knowing what to pray and how. I tend to assume if I pray for something not in God's will, it won't happen anyway. Kind of like a kid going to dad, 'Can I borrow your brand new car?' Nope. Wait till you've learned to drive." I kind of know what you mean, because I feel the same way. Because as a good Calvinist, you know, you kind of go, yeah, Lord, I want this, but if it's not your will, but you know, it'd be great. But I know that you don't have to do it. But it's also whatever you plan in advance. Like, yeah, the argument in your head. I think it comes down to, you talk about the dad thing, walking up to your dad and going, "Hey, Dad, this is the situation I have, and it'll be solved by a new car. I think that's the only solution I can see. So can you please provide for me some way to get to where I'm going?" Right? And the dad can go, "Here, have the new car," or the dad can go, "Here, have a bus ticket," or the dad can go, "Here, have a friend drive you," right? He solves your problem because your main issue is, I need to get from A to B, or I need, then he's going to go, "Okay, here, I will solve your problem." But if you're asking for the car because you're trying to impress people, because you think it'd be cool for other people to see you in your dad's car, then you're not going to get it, right? No matter how much you think you need it. This is the book of James. Jim says Acts 17:28, which says, "For in him we live and move and have our being. As some of our own poets have said, we are his offspring." Everkillian, just realizing that I have to take care of 4 kids, 2 handicapped, in a world that is going more insane by the day is too much for me, right? So only with God I can be a good father. Dude, that is. I mean, and that's true. And actually, for you, it's real close. Like, you're in Germany. I'm in Canada. It's going to be a while before, the stuff affecting you is hitting me as hard. So it's it's very present for you and very real. Specificity. People don't like specificity. I don't know many Christians who are willing to be specific. Most of the Christians that I know are more than happy to speak in generalities because they're not even sure what they want or how they feel. What did Dragon say? Where's Dragon? "I just need God not to leave me. I'm nothing without him at this point. I thought I hit rock bottom 3 or 4 years ago, and today I'm lower than that." Because of the surgery, or because it's just really hard right now? because I know that, and I'm not definitely not denying that you're going through a tough time. But man, we've seen some miracles, like 2 in the last 2 weeks here. So but I can understand you going through a tough time. I'm not denying your feelings. Hi, Nurse Nerd. Good to see you. Pineapple says, question of the day right now. I need to be able to sleep and work out what's going on. I have not slept well all week. Finally got to the end of myself. Big God for sleep last night. That worked. Best sleep all week. I mean, that's part of it, yeah. And it is hard sometimes to figure out, where that's coming from, because our sleep is such a bizarre thing, whether it's thought issues or, diet issues or stress issues or environmental issues or, like there's a million different things that contribute to sleep. It's hard to do, but may God give you that answer. Don James, I'm 37, drove a semi-truck across the states, and my dad still won't let me drive his truck. To be fair, God has answered my prayers, even the ones I've not prayed for. Yeah, for sure. Yahweh says, question of the day, I just need to get through life right now, going through a rough patch. I don't like a lot of people around me in my daily life. I feel they take advantage of me, and I just don't want to be angry at them, but it's hard not to be sometimes. I just pray for them, and I need him to help me out, and that they stop taking advantage of me. That's hard. It's hard, Yahweh, because we know that we're called to be servants of all, and yet at the same time, we recognize that some people are just there to hurt. They're not trying to help. They're actually trying to hurt us through making us feel guilty and shameful and whatever. And they just, it's hard. It's really hard, especially when you start seeing the people around you that you care about as people who are like, don't you understand how hard it is for me day by day? And you're contributing to that misery by not either not helping or asking for more from me than I can give. You feel guilty and you feel angry because you want to do it, but at the same time you're mad that they asked. It's hard. That's a tough one. May God give you grace and energy and forgiveness, and it's hard. If God would make stuff stop breaking in the house and fix stuff that is already broken and me not going broke, that'd be nice. Yeah, I hear that. We're going through a patch of that. Everything in the house breaking. But you know what? You learn what you can do without. At least that's something. But I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I'm not minimizing what you're going through. It is tough sometimes when it just stacks. This broken, this broken, this broken, this broken. You're like, I can't fix all that. Yeah. How you doing, Nurse Nerd? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. How was your weekend? Dragons is just really hard because the surgery that my aunt has found out that we knew the truth behind all her lies for the year, and my dad got COVID and he's still recovering from that 3 months later. Oh, brutal. I don't remember the story about your aunt though, Dragon. Not that you have to tell me, but I, when someone's lying to you and manipulating and your dad's still sick, that's tough. That's tough. Didn't seem long enough. Yeah, it went by pretty quick. I always feel that because I work on Saturdays now too, right? So I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And even when I was a pastor, full-time pastor, at least I did get, at least an evening off or like a couple days off kind of thing. And so it was, but I don't have that anymore. I just only Sunday. And so Sunday hits and it's like, I feel pressure to relax, pressure to do something different. And it's hard to turn off. That one day per week thing isn't something I'm used to. No, it's in the Bible. 6 days you shall work, 1 day you shall rest. But still, yeah. Oh, only a few days ago. Oh. That's tough. Well, and that's one of the things I like about being part of this community, is being able to share and just kind of go, you know what, we're all in the same situation. Like, if you back up, just take a step back from what we're learning about in chat right now, and you kind of go like, every single person who's coming in is going, I have more than I can handle. I'm being asked more than I can give. There's more put on me than I can carry. And the foundations of the world seem to want to continue to shift. And everything in my being wants to run away. Everybody's like, that's how I feel, And if it wasn't for Jesus being our foundation, Jesus being our provider, and Jesus being the one who holds the future, we would freak out, right? That's the thing. If it wasn't for that truth, then the only option would be to freak out because it's just too much. But praise God that he is that. It's just, I'm glad we have the community here to sit here and go, yeah, we're all in that position. We all feel kind of yucky sometimes. We all feel, but at the same time, we're all pointing at the same, all of our compasses point the same direction towards Jesus and go, yeah, that's why we can keep going for one more step. Sometimes it's a miracle just to be able to wake up in the morning and get out of bed, because sometimes you just don't want to. Nerve replacement in my spine. We also had permanent metal rods inserted in my spine that we can't remove my back anymore. Yep. Yeah, that was surgery. But basically, she has been saying how she has been working all this overtime, making great money. And the truth was, she was at home, not even looking for a job, and her finances was looking bad. She's in the mountain of debt. The bank has just taken away her house. Right now, she's looking for anyone who will take her in. Oh my goodness, that's tough. Jim Bim, thank you, man. Have a good one. Thank you for your support and thank you for being here, bud. That's tough, Dragon. Man. But the Bible is pretty clear about what you do with widows that are useless and trying to manipulate people. You don't give them help. At least the church doesn't. Donnie says, question of the day. I need peace and confidence in myself and where I feel God is pulling me, for God to give me the serenity to trust wholly in his promises of mercy and grace, and to be less hard on myself, be able to determine feelings of condemnation from peers, from feeling conviction of God. That's a good one. That last one especially, right? That idea of, because if you, like you said, you're charting a new course, you're trying to come up with new content ideas, you're going somewhere else, you've got a few things worked out in your life, but obviously not everything. And you've got some people in your life that care about you and they say stuff. And you're like, was that from God? Or are you just being a jerk? Like, is that you want me to follow in your first steps, or are you trying to point me towards the light? Like, and it's hard to know sometimes. And that's tough. That's tough. He always says, if you don't mind me asking, what denomination are you? Well, I grew up Baptist, and I went to a Baptist college and Baptist seminary, and then I pastored Baptist churches for 16 years. So you can say I'm Baptist. But I'm just not a very good one. So I would say I'm of more the Reformed theology, so Reformed Baptist. And currently I'm actually attending a Pentecostal church that is being mixed with a more conservative style church. It's a whole thing because of COVID, but it's the great preacher and great band and great people. So is that enough of an answer? I don't know. I'm a theological mutt at this point, I guess. Catholicostal. The Apostolic Baptist Catholicostal. There you go. Yeah. Baptist Presbycostal. We can put the presby in the middle there, and I think it's more accurate. Mother has said no. Yeah, no, I don't think you should. I mean, I don't know the situation, and obviously I know it from one text, but you are not obligated to assist in the sin of another person. You're not. And if her stupidity and selfishness and idiocy and whatever is continuously getting her into trouble, then to go, no, you can't, and to let them hit the wall, that is sometimes the right thing to do. Often is, and sometimes we as Christians don't think that's true, but it is. I need guidance so that I'm walking 100% in his will, for sure. And obviously that's hard to do. Actually, one of the fun things about God's will, and this is to me it's helpful anyway, and that is that God's will is not a bullseye. That's one thing that people kind of get wrong. They think that if they're not in the bullseye, then everything around there is like sin, or they're not supposed to be doing that, or if they're not walking that exact same one direction, then it's not right. That's not really how God's will works. God's will is more like the Garden of Eden, where you've got a million different trees, or however many there were, and like one bad one. It's like God's will is very present and understandable in the scriptures. 95% of what you need to know is in the scriptures, and it's not specific, right? Do good, share your faith, be generous, be kind, forgive others, treat your enemies, you know, like be kind to your enemies, take care of your family, all that stuff. Very, very, and you could do that a lot of different ways. Not many of us are Martin Luther, you know, not many of us are John Calvin, not many of us are you know, like, I don't know, Martin Lloyd Jones or whoever, right? It's, for us, it's more of a general thing. You can obey God this way or that way or this way or that way, but what shouldn't you do, right? There's some no-nos in scripture, and there's some no-nos in life that you really shouldn't do, right? Don't jump into debt. Don't get divorced because you need more, you know, time or whatever, things like that. Thank you for that. Appreciate whoever did the coffee thing. Much appreciated. Yo, Art Pebble, good to see you. Jelly beans, I appreciate that. I think my current church leans Baptist Presby Luther Costal. That's a good church. I'll take that. The Baptist. Give me a little bit of Baptist conservatism in your polity. Give me a little bit of Presbyterian governance. Give me some Lutheran doctrine, and give me some Pentecostal worship, and I think we're good. Good church. How's Art Pebble today? I'm pretty good. Last congregation, independent, evangelical, Pentecostal. Yeah. Not really part of a denomination to lead towards evangelical. I mean, evangelical is not really a denomination. It's just sort of a catch-all phrase. But these days denominations are difficult too, because there's so much out there, and you don't even know what you're doing. Like Westboro Baptist Church is a Baptist church, but it's really terrible. It's not a good place. I wouldn't want it. It's not a Baptist church. It's not. You know, there's Pentecostal churches out there that are, you know, good theology and good people and whatever like that, and there's other ones that are banana pants, completely wrong, absolute pagans. Like it's the names really don't help these days. Lovely sunny day. We had such a beautiful day yesterday, Pebble. Man, it was so nice. We went for a walk. Okay, so good walk yesterday. So we get up and, you know, whatever, and it's time to go. Let's go for a walk. And it was super nice outside, and stepped outside. Beautiful, sun's beaming, 2 degrees. We're walking down the road. Get to a little shop that we go wander through, because it's got about 1 million different knickknacks. It's always fun to see. Next to it's a gelato store. Problem with gelato is that it's expensive. You get like this much for like $9. And they said, well, he said, since it's the last hour of the day, since the last hour of the week, she said, since the last hours of the week, Sunday, the last hour they were open, all of the gelatos 40% off. 40% off. And I'm like, what? So my kids are like, we have to get it. And so we went and had gelato, and I don't know if you've ever had gelato, but it's the greatest stuff ever invented. And in where I'm from, which is Carleton Place, Alberta, it's called Stella Luna, and it's the best chocolate gelato on planet Earth. And that's according to the gelato competition, global competition. Stella Luna won for their chocolate ice cream. So if you go eat the chocolate ice cream where I live, it is the best gelato ice cream on the planet. And it's very, very good. And it's very hard to have any other kind of ice cream after you've had that one. Pentecostal worship fun, at least once a month, a couple ladies running around the church. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's where my Baptist instincts come in, right? I don't know about that. Look at me! No, we're looking at Jesus. No, look at me! No, we're concentrating on Jesus, but I want attention! Yeah, no. Screaming, do you have mice? Maybe. Maybe they got bit. Yeah. Yahweh is, to be honest, I'm just a Bible believer. Was there to believe completely nothing else. Try to spread the good news. That's good. Do you have an elder? Do you have a pastor? Do you have someone above you that is someone who's an elder or mature Christian in your life that's helping you? Becky said this is being the first time that she's done this kind of thing. How 3 times her mother get her out. No. Yeah. Tough love. You're right. It's got to be. That's the only option for some people, right? Like, and you're looking at someone who had to live it hard as the parent, right? It's hard, and it didn't work out. You got a pastor that helps you out. That's good. Yeah, but the biggest the worst thing you want is to call yourself a biblical evangelical Christian who really knows the Bible and has nobody above them in maturity, eldership, you know, taking care of you, no community, because then that's just the recipe for heresy. Everkelling says, as a German, I too never have had gelato. Gasp. At least I don't remember, but once Jesus returns in my new body, I'll be able to eat it. Dude. It's life-changing. Like, it really is. And you get to a new bracket. I don't know if you ever had that. You have a chocolate that's better than every other chocolate, or you've had a hot wing, or you've had like a salad, or you had like a burger, like whatever. That's like next level, and suddenly every other version of that in your life is a little worse. That's what this does. You're like, that's no good anymore. I don't like ice cream from anywhere else, and I refuse to have it. I will. I've gone to places and people are like, you want some ice cream? I'm like, no, I can't. I just can't eat it, man. It's just not. It's not perfection, and that's all my palate can have now when it comes to ice cream. Oh, we're always talking about heresy, Beardsley. Just an undercurrent of this conversation. We're either giving it or correcting it, depending on your perspective. But I've had gelato ice cream. It's nice. Nope, you're wrong. I mean, gelato's not a brand; it's a style, right? Gelato is a style of ice cream. It's a way it's prepared. So it's not a brand. But yeah, I'm sure there are nice other ice creams out there, but nothing touches Stella Luna chocolate ice cream. Nothing. I'm gonna sit down. Give me a minute. I'm gonna sit down. How was your phone call? Oh, did it work? Are you successful? Did you sell whatever you were going to sell, or solve whatever you were going to solve? That's the question, Beardsley. Is it good? Kishu's on my side. Gelato's good. Gelato's so good. I'm so distracted right now. I'm like, man, I could use some gelato. It was like I hadn't had it in so long. Like, you guys know my financial situation, so I'm not gonna repeat it to you. But gelato's not on the not on the menu. So I haven't had it in forever. And so we went in there and it was like on sale. And then I'm like, oh, that sounds good, guys. We'll have to come back here sometime. They're like, no, we're not coming back. We're gonna get it right now. I'm like, yeah, but my daughters are like, we'll pay for it, Dad. I'm like, okay, let's have some. So that was nice. Dude, it's so good. I mean, you have to drive all the way downtown. Like, it's on Bank Street or something for you. Like, I don't know where you live, but it's not like there is one in there. For me, it's like 3 blocks away. I can walk there in like 10 minutes. Crud, I'm all out of drink. Give me a sec. Lovely. You guys want to play some Breath of the Wild? Oh. Yeah, my answer's It is. It's divine. It really is. Like, there's nothing you can do that yeah, it is. It's got to be. But, you know, I mean, so sorry. Dang it. Yes. How'd that happen? I didn't do that. Somebody else did that. Anyway, sorry. My bad. Where was I? So yes, gelato. Gelato is, yeah, it is my answer. But in answer to your question, you guys know most of my situation. You guys know who did he leave? Okay, bye Yahweh. You guys know the health issues outside my door, and you guys know the financial stuff. Like, it came to kind of a stark realization here a little bit ago, where like, it's pretty serious. So we got to do the financial thing. That's why I take Fridays off and I work hard at it. But I had a conversation with a guy couple weeks ago about joining the CMA, right, the Christian Missionary Alliance, for become an official missionary kind of thing through their New Ventures program, which is cool. But he's like, no, he's saying it's the same answer as I get from every other denomination, and it's so frustrating because they all look at me and they're like, I see what you're doing. I recognize your qualifications. I see that you are an exception. You're doing, amazing work, and we think it's absolutely valid. We have no idea where to put you. You're not a church. You're not a parachurch. You're not a downtown drop-in center. You're not a food bank. You're not so we don't know how to fit you into our system if we want to support you. So it's going to take us a little while to get our, heads wrapped around this. I'm like, fine. Thank you, Nurse Nerd. That was super nice of you. That was very kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Did you have a good stream, Ukulele? That's good. I'm glad. Man, I wish I could wake up early enough to do that. My daughter wants me to. She's gonna make me. She's bribing me with eggs. No, okay. So, but I was having a conversation with the New Ventures guy, that guy who was talking to me about it, and he says, but here's the thing. I really like what you're doing. So personally, pardon me. So personally, I'm going to connect you to some people in Ottawa. I'm going to connect you to some people around Ontario, some people or whatever, and so that you can begin these conversations to kind of build some, rapport with the CMA. And I'm like, that's cool. And he goes, also, I have a podcast. I'd love you to be on it. And I'm like, that's also cool. And then I said, you know what? I don't care what God wants me to do. If he wants me to sit in obscurity in the basement helping, people and nobody ever knows me, I'm fine with that. If he ends up going, go do something else, I'll fine, whatever. And I said, if he wants me to, get on the plane, go church to church and explain to people what we're doing here so that people can actually understand, so other people can get help, so everybody can kind of get a push to go, this is legitimate ministry and we need to figure out how to help it, I'll do that. And he went, oh, you're into that? And I'm like, what? And he goes, I'm connected to a ministry that actually helps content creators do cross-country tours speaking at churches about what they're doing. And I'm like, you are ya? Interesting. He's like, well, if you're interested in that, maybe we can think about that. And I'm like, good gravy. So who knows? One of the worst things I'm terrible at is networking. I'm really bad at, because I like buckling down, doing the work. That's what I like doing. And so this, having to stop stream on Fridays just so I can spend time like contacting people and trying to schmooze and network and stuff, it's hard. But this guy is amazing at it. And so if God wants to bring us together, his networking ability and my ability to just do some work, I'll take it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point, Ukulele. God is giving, like, sometimes God's got me on the advanced schedule, and sometimes God got me in kindergarten mode, and that was kindergarten mode. Here, have one. And Nurse Nerd, thank you again. That was really kind of you. 800 bits is a big deal, and I know that it's very kind of you to do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means a lot. What time is it? 1:30. Perfect. It's time to start the game. Let's keep the conversation going, but I'm gonna kick the game off so that we can get started here. I get 1% bonkers. You poor thing. That's not enough. You can't get by on 1% bonkers. God. Okay, I know you can't do this. Let me find someone who will drag you kicking and screaming into it, or just do it for me. How about he just does it for me? I am perfectly content with him getting all of the attention. You know what I mean? A little Dragonheart. 105, bro. 105. That's a lot. That's so much. I don't know if I'm impressed or appalled. There it is. Like, where's the controller? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. All right, let me put on my headphones, get this thing ready, and we're going to jump into Breath of the Wild. So if you don't know, Tears of the Kingdom's coming out. Breath of the Wild is Breath of the Wild sequel. So what we're doing right now is for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, we're jumping through, well, probably just Monday, Tuesday. But we're playing Breath of the Wild because it is it's one of the games I absolutely love. Absolutely love. Dragon needs to share. That's funny. Give me a second. I'm gonna change my audio input here. There we go. It's not something that I say often, which is I'm fairly good at this, but I am fairly good at this. I feel like a fair level of confidence. So what we're doing right now, all we're trying to do right now is get to the lighthouse. Once we're at the lighthouse, which is I think just over there, then we can get our little upgrade and we're good to go. It's fine. We're done. It's all good. But hello. I'll share. No, you gotta share. Yeah, good share. But I was gonna say, hold on. What am I trying to say? My brain's not working. Come on. Oh, but I learned a hack, a cheat, just the other day, that I think is absolutely fascinating. What it is a you can go into the forest and you can get the Master Sword with only a few hearts. All you have to do is bring some wood with you, build a fire, look straight up, rest till the morning, and then spam on A, and it'll collect the Master Sword as an item before it reloads itself, which I think is just fascinating. Especially there, I needed to get my motivation at work. That's hard to believe. You've got so much going on, and you've got so many responsibilities that you're following through on. My guess is that you have a list of responsibilities for yourself that are far beyond the expectations. You have higher expectations of yourself than anybody else. Is your doctorate put on hold, or are you doing, are you still doing the doctorate? Oh, you've tried it? Okay, because here's the problem with that. It's like up here. Like I gotta walk along. It's like around here somewhere. So I gotta walk 100 miles just to get there. So it's hard to justify. Wait. Oh, I got halfway to Hateno Tower and it didn't. I've never seen this before. That you can turn one on and find it, but not actually do it. That's terrible. That means I'm a failure. Yeah. Chain Whipping, what up, my dude? How are you? I don't think I'm gonna make it to the top of this thing. Yeah, I don't have enough jam. I'm gonna die. Where is the... There it is. That's where we're going. We have to head up to the lighthouse. Getting after it. What are you doing, man? What's the big getting after it? I know everybody kind of works when I'm streaming, and I've got so many people on my stream that are like, or in my community, they're like, dude, could you please, just for the love of Mike, stream in the evenings once in a while? And I'm like, I would love to, but I'm too big of a baby. This looks important. Is this important? Don't get distracted. Come on, we gotta go. Up there. Need to give him peace so that I can rest when I sleep. Is it a thought thing? I know for me, like, I tend to, and I've gotten into a bad habit these days of having a lot going on in my life and being like, I can't deal with any of it. Like, it's literally beyond my ability to deal with. And so I can't do it. So what I'll do instead is I'm just going to watch a little bit of entertainment until I'm tired enough, or I'm going to read until I'm tired enough, and then I'll go to bed and it'll be fine. You know, it'll be something that I can deal with, or God will have to deal with another time. And I don't think it's terrible, but at the same time, it's certainly not the best way to deal with stuff. Okay, this is not the right person. If all goes well, I might be able to finish the manuscript soonish. First version, hopefully. Oh, that's good. 2 weeks. That's pretty good. They're not working on Donkey Kong roller coaster. You doing what? You're working on it as in you were creating it, or working on it as in, as the roller coaster goes, you have your laptop on your lap? Because one of those is far more impressive than the other. Mental and emotional thing? Yeah, so like I was saying, I got a similar thing where I just, you know, get to the end of life, or end of the evening, and my poor little brain won't shut off because I got so many things going on. But, you know, like, it's not within my power to be able to deal with any. I can't get myself more money. I can't make people support me more. I can't. I'm not creative enough to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do with like an event. I cannot make the Christian Missionary Alliance to, you know, help me, support me. I can't make churches understand what I'm doing. I can't fix the sick people that are in my family. I can't, you know, repair, you know, all of it is beyond me. Therefore, the only choice I have is to lay it at the feet of somebody who can deal with it and let go. But sometimes the brain won't stop spinning. Disability Hearing Day, there we go. Let's go. How prepped are you? You know what? I gotta talk to her. I mean, what else are you gonna do? The director's in the back. I mean, what's the other choice? You just gonna, like, freak out? Go yell at my family? Go drink until I can't think anymore? You know, go find things to comfort me that are gonna destroy my life? What are my choices? I've done all those. They don't work, right? Like the other only choice is to just be like, okay, I have to give it to someone bigger than me. Teensy part of the design team in Donkey Kong Country Ride at Universal Orlando. That is really neat. So what? Okay, but what do you do? What's your job? I got notes what I should do and what I shouldn't say and stuff. And my lawyer told me that's good. See, yeah, stick to the notes. Just stick to the notes. Don't get creative.
Yeah.
Hello. I imagine you've never seen many books in one place. Pretty incredible, isn't it? I've gathered all of Hyrune's known literature on ancient civilizations here. As for the actual numbers of books, well, is that the thing on your waist? Is that a Sheikah? There's no mistaking it. That's the real Sheikah slate, isn't it? I've never actually seen one in person. If you could just show me the runes on it, I'd be most appreciative. Stasis? Ah, magnesis. Yes. The remote bomb and cryonis. Oh, let's see. What else? So that's it for runes, but, strange. Doesn't seem like you have the basic runes. I don't understand why they're missing. There must be some reason. Oh, where are my manners? I nearly forgot to introduce myself. My name is Simon. You are Link, right? You know my name? Lady Impa caught me up to speed. You see, we were told a young man holding a Sheikah slate will appear, and you must do all you can to help him. He will be the hope that awakens from the slumber of restoration. His name will be Link. Oh dear, I forgot to tell you something very important. Director, listen, Miss Director. This is the real Sheikah slate. Oh, that's right, I haven't introduced our director. who's a big fat liar, by the way. Miss Pura here happens over there. As the Hateno Ancient Tech Lab director, Miss Pura is the world's foremost authority on ancient Hyrule culture. Okay. Isn't she adorable, everybody? Xanadu, Chain. Well, I work on my computer, not out in the field. Nice. Beyond that, I could possibly be breaking NDA. Okay. All right. That's cool. Please don't break NDA. I don't want you in trouble because that's too awesome to get in trouble for. Very cool, though, dude. Very, very cool. It's always nice to work on something crazy like that. Like it's cool when you're able to tell somebody, what are you doing? Well, I just published a book. You did what? Like, it's just something cool, right? Feels good. Check it, says Pura. I have the utmost respect for Miss Pura and all she's accomplished. I'm honored to be her assistant. On that note, Link, you see, the director may look like a young girl, but, well, maybe it's not my place to be telling you these things. You should talk to Miss Pura herself. Okay, will do. Are you surprised? The director of this laboratory is not Simon, it's me, Snappity Snap. Anyway, Linky, do you remember any dreams from your time in the Slumber of Restoration? You don't look like you've changed a bit in the last 100 years, but something must have happened in all that time. Well, no matter, I'm just happy you're still in one piece. Linky, what's with that look? You do still remember me, right? I do not remember. Really? Well, I'm shocked. I don't know if I'll ever be able to recover from this. Even though 100 years ago, I took you to the Shrine of Resurrection after Calamity Ganon fatally wounded you. Even though I was the one to put you safely in the Slumber of Restoration. Despite all that, you still don't remember me? I don't remember. As expected. After 100 years in the Slumber of Restoration, subject has lost all memories. Noted. Oh, sorry. I have a bad habit of taking notes rather abruptly like that. It's a charming quirk, isn't it? Anywho, do you have any questions for me? This is not the question I would start with. Aren't you a child? That is not a good starting question. Aren't you a child? How very rude. Or perhaps it's not rude at all. I suppose it's actually a rather logical conclusion to jump to. The truth is, I look this way because of a failed experiment. Well, I say failed, but in some ways, it was a success. I documented the full affair in my diary upstairs, but the whole thing is embarrassing, so I insist you refrain from reading it. Anyway, enough about that. Back to the topic at hand. Here you are after 100 years, here to defeat Calamity Ganon, who is growing in strength with every passing moment, and to rescue our beloved Princess Zelda. That is, if you've got the courage to try. And to help the one true hero, I, the one who and only Pura, will restore the basic functions missing from the Sheikah Slate. And what do you say to that? Yes, please. I knew you'd say that. Alrighty then, first you need to run an errand for me. What's with the look on your face? How would you know? I'm wearing a mask, neener neener. You didn't think I'd fix your Sheikah Slate for free, did you? I did. Post-slumber restoration, subject is plagued by presumptuous tendencies. Noted. Calamity Ganon. I could Gammon. Calamity Gammon. That's funny. Calamari Gammon. That's what I want. Let me explain what this errand entails. You know the unlit furnace on the wall outside the laboratory? Could you please bring a blue flame from the ancient furnace in town? Oh, and also use it to light our furnace. This sweet little guidance stone will start working once you do that, allowing us to restore your missing runes. I wonder if the young women still say these things like sweet and little. I suppose it doesn't matter anyway. Okay then, I'm counting on you for that blue flame. You know, back in the day, we called blue flame something completely different. It's always raining whenever I try to do this, every single time. Honestly, brutal. Where's the town? It's not a bad problem like this. It gets worse when you go to the other one. Like, you got to go through enemies and stuff. This is just running an errand. But I tell you what a pain. Suppose we should get that tower soon too, because flying over a big blue blob isn't the best thing in the world. Boom, I'm here. All right, and doop, got it. And we're gonna light all the torches along the way, because they're like save points. Calamari Ganon. Most of the time we're just boring schooler factory or an ammo bunker. Only twice have I dabbled in entertainment. That's still fun though. Come on. I mean, I feel the same. You can feel the same way about church, right? Like 99% of the time you're there and it's not that big a deal and everything's, you know, it's like just church, or, you know, whatever. And then once or twice a year, it gets pretty rad. We're about entering the rad season now. That's kind of cool. Haha, I ran over a kid. At least I didn't set him on fire. Which I totally could. I have the power. Yeah, I hit another one. Question of the day. Do the scary things that need to be done. They aren't really scary, but anxiety. Oh, I hear you. Like that, yeah, your brain makes them bigger than they need to be. The level of anxiety does not match the actual issue. Right? I feel that. Yeah. Like I do this for myself. So like I said before, I'm not good at networking or the personal connection stuff. And you guys are like, but you're so friendly and personable and wonderful online. And I'm like, yes, I know, I'm great. But when it comes to like people that have like skin on and stuff, I still have a lot of damage. And so it's really hard for me to take time or it's hard for me to make those conversations happen. I'm still afraid they're gonna, I don't know what they're gonna do. But you build it up in your head, right? Like, oh, they're gonna yell at me, or they're gonna reject me, or they're gonna ask me a question I don't know and I'm gonna look stupid, or they're gonna tell all my friends that what I'm doing is super dumb. You know, like it's just, I don't know what they're gonna do. Probably nothing. But for some reason I've got it all built in my head. When you cook some sausage rolls in the oven, you either don't do enough. Oh! There's no such thing as not enough. I've never had too many sausage rolls in my life. They're always so expensive. Like, I can go to Walmart right now and I get a package of 4, and they want like $12 for 4 sausage rolls, man. I could eat all 4 and not even put a dent in my sausage roll appetite. All right, how about some music? What's a sausage roll? You take a sausage, and then you put pastry around it. What kind of stuff I can put out light on fire? Did I light that lizard on fire? I put out my fire. Oh well. It's super yummy. Hey! Bought a bag of mini frozen ones a while back. Still had some left and didn't know. Well, you start with 12 and you work your way up from there. Although you might be a different size than I am. It's like, well, it's if you know what a turnover looks like, how it's like it's got like a pastry bottom and then it's got like lines on top. You know, things like that. You can get that kind. It kind of looks like a sausage turnover, or you can get ones that are just like basically just dipped, not really corn dog style, but it really does look like a tart. A tart with a sausage inside. Hey, you! Linky, thank you so much. Now then, take a look over there. The guidance stone must be starting to react. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's pure science. Ha! My sweet little guidance stone. You sure know how to make this old researcher's heart flutter. Well then, let's go ahead and restore those Sheikah Slate runes for you. Give me a nice snap. And go on. No time to be shy about it. Nah. Oh, really? Post-slumber restoration subject has tended to give uncomfortable responses to questions. Noted. Well, if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Wait, no! She said no? Sausage rolls are so good, though. She said no. You jerk. Snap. Haha, here it comes. Well, let's go ahead and restore the Sheikah Slate. Just give me a nice snap. Go on. No time to be shy about it. Fine here. Snap. Okay, Sheikah Slate repair underway. Guidance stone lock removed. Now let's do this thing. Okay, that's rude. You've never had one either? Good gravy. Man, I'm gonna go buy. Man, sorry, I don't mean to complain about money, but it sucks when everything's broken and you can't have what you want. I don't know. You guys have probably never experienced that. Camera Hyrule Compendium and album missing all confirmed. Starting repair. Perfect. I can go get some sausage rolls. I can probably do that. They're at Walmart. Oh, I'm going to Costco. We're going to Costco. Maybe they'll have sausage rolls at Costco. Costco is usually a place where you can get good deals. But now I really want sausage roll. Probably because I haven't had breakfast yet. No, I did. I had an egg. I made myself an egg. I have no butter, so I ended up frying it in, like, oil. That was a little weird. They added a rune. Which one did I get? Oh, the camera. See, this is interesting. So, this is another thing in Breath of the Wild I've never done. So, what you do with all those pictures is you can go to those areas and there'll be like a super mystical sparkly thing, and then you'll like get to watch a clip of a memory, and you can kind of put together what happened to in the past. This will never happen. Eggs are probably, I know, crazy how expensive. Everything's expensive, man. We went walking to the cheap grocery store, and stuff was like double the price. Sure, I'm broke all the time, but credit card companies keep sending me new ones. I know, right? Yeah, I was saying this the other day. The bank will happily let me have, my entire annual salary in one day. And it's done. So it's all fixed up now? Let's see here. Which one is it? Camera, Hyrule Compendium, album. Yep, looks good. So I know this is sudden, but hear me out. Take a picture of me with the camera. Oh, and don't forget to let me see it. All right. This one, that one, and then boop. Save. Cool. There you go. Snap. How's the picture taking going? Did you take a cute picture of me? I took one. I have no money in the past. I'm good on money today, and the credit card company will still send me more cards. Yeah, just cut them up, float. Yeah, I totally agree. That's what you need to do. Oh, can't. Let me see. There you go. Looking good, Pura. My, who is this beautiful creature? Oh, I guess that's my cue. Sorry, kind of lost it there. I wasn't on purpose. It's not just a pretty girl you see these days. Oh, I forgot to put Breath of the Wild as a category. I am the dumb. Breath of the Wild. There we go. It's not just a pretty girl in these images. Yes, there are some old landscape photos stored in the album. I knew Princess Zelda had made frequent use of this camera feature, but this... Hey, Linky, it dawns on me that you were Princess Zelda's appointed knight, which means there's a strong possibility that you accompanied her to all the places where these pictures were taken. Oh, right, the lost memory thing could prove troublesome. But don't lose hope. It just means that these pictures could be the missing piece to help you restore your lost memories. My hunch is correct. I suggest you check in with Impa. She knows more about Princess Zelda than even I do. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I need from you. You don't have to worry about it until after you see Impa, but I want you to bring back some ancient materials. Bring them back to me or Robbie at the Akalaka Tech Lab. As if my joy weren't enough, if you bring us ancient materials, we'll give you something good as a reward. All right, let's do this. Okay, so I know where to go. We're gonna get that tower first, then we're gonna do the next part of the story. But I actually have some ancient materials in my pocket. Let's see what happens. Something on your mind? Something good? Something good, please? You got the good thing? Aha, I'm glad you asked. You bring me some ancient materials, I'll power up your runes. You'll need 3 ancient screws to power up your Sheikah sensor. You'll need 3 ancient shafts to power up your remote bombs, and 3 ancient cores to power up your stasis. If we're on the same page, stop staring at me, hurry up and bring me some ancient materials.
Bye.
I need to block Lumia's stream. Because that's so funny. Oh, bye-bye. Appreciate you being here. Have a good one. Thank you for coming. But that Why does Lumia Stream need to post? They didn't need to post. I can turn that off, right? All right, so give me the stuff. I want it. I'm ready for the ancient materials. Power up. Ancient materials. Now then, in exchange for those ancient materials, I'll power up your rune, Sheikah Slate. I'm game. Which rune do you want me to power up? I think I can do the remote bombs. 3 ancient shafts. Yes. Hold it. I don't have enough. Oh, dang it. Barely. Okay, which rune do you want me to power up? Try the secret sensor. Do you have enough? Do I have enough of those? Yes, go for it. Snap. Let's go. Hey, who got it? Okay, then Sheikah sensor upgrade. Let's go. I don't remember what that does. Oh, it lets me find other things, I think. I don't remember what it does. It'll tell me in a second. Sheikah Slate authenticated, enhancing Sheikah sensor. Maybe it just goes farther? Did you? Okay, everybody go look at pictures of sausage rolls. By the way, if you are within the sound of my voice and you care, soon and very soon, we're going to be doing the big taco change. Hold on. If your sensor has been augmented to search for things other than shrines, it will react when you're close to the other things. Head in the direction where the reaction is strongest. Okay, yeah, it lets you look for other stuff. That's what matters. Cool. We're making a change. We're all going to be moving the general chat to the taco Discord, which means that, yeah, I know. I think that too every time. Pineapple. So me, Ukulele, Chovy, and Quiz are all moving conversations over to that central location, so there's more people to chat with. It's more active, more interesting, more people praying for you, more memes, more funny pictures, more conversation. It's great. It's going to be really good. That's happening real soon. Gibraltar is just putting the final touches on it, which means it's going to be like, I don't know, just a few more days, and then I'm going to start posting in the Discord that it's time to change over, give you the link and all the rest of that stuff. You move over there and it's going to be thumbs up. Dragon got us started. Gibraltar's finishing the job. And what's cool about it is that when that's done and we're all moved over, I'll do it for about a month. I'm going to shut off mine, and the only people that will be available on or access to my personal Discord will be people who are supporters of coffee and people who are supporters who are subscribers on Twitch. And I've got a few ideas of some fun things we can do on my Discord for the people that are like invested. Better than that, that's coming soon. So get ready. Prepare your little hearts. Yahoo! My little guidance stone did the trick. Hee hee. Oh, the Sheikah Sensor Plus. I really want to see it. Yes, quite. If you don't mind showing Simon your Sheikah sensor, that'd be great. Here you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Hello. You've acquired the Sheikah Sensor Plus. That should come in really handy. With that, you can sense things that you've captured with your camera. Explaining won't do justice. Why not learn by trying? Let's give it a shot, so to speak. Let's see here. First, go take a picture of a sun shroom with a camera. There's one behind the lab. Okay. There. I will get this right eventually. Oh, look at that. There's a little, little guy freaking out right there. Let's go get him. I got him. That's so funny. He was stuck behind the mushroom. Soon, but not too soon. Were you able to take a picture of the sunshroom? Yes, I was. Let me confirm. Here you go. This is the sunshroom, right? Perfect. Excellent. Next, open your Hyrule Compendium and tune your sensor to the picture of the sunshroom. The Sheikah sensor will then be able to sense the sunshrooms. The detailed instructions are written down in a book on the desk over there. You should read them. This seems like a nice opportunity to ask you if you'd mind bringing me 3 sunshrooms. You can find sunshrooms growing in the Retsum Forest. I believe the sensor should take to peek at a snap. All right, now we gotta go get some sunshrooms. But first, I'll show you what it's all about. It's the most annoying thing in the whole history of the world. Yo! Snark!
Hype moi, hype moi, hype moi, hype moi, hype moi.
Thank you, Snark, for coming by. Appreciate the sub. Very kind of you. You've been with us a year now, 12 months. That means you have a brand new little icon next to you. The 12-month icon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing that. Thanks for dropping by. Very cool of you. How's Snark Queen today? How you doing? How's your weekend? What's going on with you? Can you tell me something nice that you did this weekend? All right, we're going to target with the sensor, and we're going to go get them. Because why not? Because there's nothing better. Because Zelda's sitting there literally holding the planet together single-handedly. So why not just take off on her? Okay. Why not, right? Getting ready to head to the education conference. Oh, what are you, what's the education that you're going to be getting? Aha. Thank you for coming by, Snark. It means a lot that you drop by and just kind of be super cool and bring a sub, and that's rad. I know you're only here for a minute. Presenting at a conference. May I ask what? Because that sounds awesome. Uh-oh, I don't think I went to the right place. Ah, crud. Oh, it's nighttime. I am going to die now. Actually, I was just talking about how some people were possibly maybe on the off chance, 0.3% chance, they might actually be able to help me out and get me, like I could maybe speak somewhere. Kind of fun. I haven't spoken in front of people in a long time. I spoke every day for like every week for almost 20 years, and then I just went to my basement and didn't do it anymore. He's an instructional teacher, teaches teachers how to teach. Far out. And yeah, you can't tell me what to do. I know how to do it better. I've been doing this longer than you. How dare you have the audacity to try to explain it to me? Yeah, I get you. Pastors are no different. Doctors are no different either. All right. There's a sunshroom here somewhere. There's one. 1, 2. Gotta get one more. I'm trying not to get killed by anybody. We good? He specifically tells the distance learning professors how to make their online courses better. See, that's super helpful. You know, as someone who appreciates online materials and learning and stuff like that, it is so hard to, if someone doesn't grasp the concept that online is different, then, you know, like you can't just decide to replicate everything. People are such visual learners. We all know that. Like, yeah, everybody's a visual learner, blah, blah, blah. But if you're not, like, attuned to the fact that people who are watching what you are doing on the internet, you just stand there and lecture, they're gonna get bored. And the thing is that the temptation to... oh, crap, I can't get up now because of the rain. Oh, well. Oh, wait, I know what I can do. I just remembered, you can, like, go there. He's starting a different job neighborhood. Oh, that's cool, man. That's so... Are you excited? Do you have to move? Or is it, like, somewhere in town? Or is it online? Could be online. I teach an online class. I don't know if you knew that, but I do teach an online class right now. The big upgrade that I did recently was that I'm adding slides. Like I put together graphics and slides and stuff to make it more interesting. Yo! Thank you so much, Pineapple. That's really nice of you. Dude, I so appreciate that. Now I'm gonna buy some sausage rolls. Thank you, Pineapple. That's super nice. I hope you enjoy your sausage rolls, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. That's super kind of you. Your letter is on the way, by the way. I sent it. I put it in the mail yesterday. Starkey, no moving. He's going to be taking up programming position at the community college. Nice. More money, same distance, better work environment. Can't argue that. Very kind, Pineapple. Very, very kind. Appreciate it very much. Oh, wait. Oh, did I not? Sorry. I think I made a boo-boo and didn't give him the mushrooms. Sure, here you go. They're so good. Do you salt yours? Don't tell me, like, salt and mustard, I think, are the two things that I would put on mine. But other than that, they're good by themselves, which I don't say about many foods. I really like condiments on everything, but sausage rolls are already pretty good. All right, we got stuff to do. First things first, we're gonna turn off the Sheikah sensor, because holy mackerel, that's annoying. And then we're gonna go to, what are you? Locked mementos. Is that the next thing? I guess it is. Tomato sauce, chili sauce. No way, really? I can see that, I guess. Where's that orange? There it is. Let's go get that thing. You gotta, you don't have a choice, right? You have to get all the towers. Is that the one I got halfway up? No, it's not, right? It is the one I got halfway up. So I actually need to get... What stopped me? I need flaming arrows. You need to go to town and buy some stuff. Tomato sauce. Chili... I see. Sweet chili Thai sauce? I'm all about. I need to find somewhere that sells arrows. Because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do this. And I need to rest. Because it's raining. Let's go rest, shall we? Do I have any money? Sometimes if you're the hero, they'll give you free lodging. But not always. Thanks for coming here in the rain. Welcome to Tanpu Inn. Regular bed is 20 rupees. If you're looking for a more relaxing and restorative mind-and-body experience, you can have an extra soft downy one for 40 rupees. Just give me a regular bed, please. Very good, one regular bed. One guest. Wouldn't you be like we woken up? In the morning, please. Sweet chili Thai, that's the word. Yeah. So good. Yeah, I can put it on too much stuff. Like, it's good on rice, but it's only good, like, you can only have so much of that, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's too much of that flavor. You get past the bliss point a little too quickly. There's an adventure with her. You can actually, at some point, you can go help Prima, like, get a boyfriend or something. I can't remember what. But yeah, you can do things for Prima. All right, we're gonna find a place to buy stuff. I'm not doing any side quests just yet. I really need to not do side quests for a bit because I'll get distracted. What are you? You're the clothing guy who changes your clothing color, which is cool, but I don't need that right now. You're the shirt shop. I don't even have any money, man. There. This guy sells pots. You gotta, if you go to the pot store, then it's better. Yeah. Go buy some pots. You. Give me your weapons. I need your finest fireballs. Bomb arrow. Bomb arrow. Ah, fiddlesticks. I need flaming arrows.
Oh.
Oh, a customer. Didn't even hear you come in. Trust everything as I left it. Yeah, I didn't touch anything.
Oh.
What can I do for you? I have some things to sell. Can't live without them. I agree. You need pots. All right, what can I sell to this ding dong? None of that. Maybe some of that. Only 3. 210 for a ruby. Here. Yeah, you can have that. Yep.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, you can, how much is a blue one? 260. Okay, I want that money too. And anything else worth selling? $5. You know, I'm not going to sell you any of that. That's, see, like I said before, if you get the blue stuff and you light it on fire, it turns into the yellow stuff. So the blue stuff is worth 5. The yellow stuff is worth 10, and it takes almost no effort to do that. So it's not a bad thing to do. I think we're good. Let's buy some arrows. I came to buy.
Oh.
Walk up and buy it. Okay, yeah, fine. What do I want? What I want? I don't think I want bomb arrows. How many arrows do I actually have? 31. But I have no flame arrows.
Oh.
They're 20 pack of... Okay, so I'll take them all. Okay. Don't forget the pots. Yeah, I can get containers of
Oh.
how many? They are 350. No, I'm gonna take only 2. They're 350 each? But you get 10. Alright, I'll take 1. Okay.
Oh.
Because I don't think you can light things on fire. See, there's a pot of milk. And there's a hearty truffle. Those are great. Sun shrooms, bird eggs, Hylian rice. Yeah, all this stuff is eh. What I need is fire. I need fire. Can I steal things from anybody? Hey, you! Do you have fire? A girl. Zzz. All young boys get to that age where you get a little distracted, if you know what I mean.
Hey!
All right. Did I ever find anywhere that would sell me? Because I can come back to this village anytime I want. So I think I'm gonna go here and see if I can find some arrows. Because I need flaming arrows, or I can't get up that tower. I think. Or I need stamina. I can't remember. Let's just do fire. All problems are solved with violence. That's what we've learned. Empress Chronicle, hi! Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? It's a cute emote. That's adorable. Well done. We have nuked the stream. Prepare your hearts and minds for nukage. Some fire for me, thank you. Hey, Beetle! Yo! Stop! Stop, I said. I said stop. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, her emotes are really cute. Empress, those are really nice. Have I followed you? I haven't. Oh, my apologies. Good gravy. Forgive me. I did not do that. Someone who makes arrows is a Fletcher. Someone who works metals is a smith. I wonder more people... well, because there's more things to smith than there are to fletch. That's why. You can smith metal, and you can smith rock, and you can smith all sorts of other things. What do you got? Why would you trip poor Beetle? No, I have to. He won't slow down otherwise. Nope, you are not who I want, buddy. Not talking to you. I need flaming arrows. Anybody have some?
Hey.
You. Are you a salesman? You know, you're a side quest. You're okay. No, that did not work. Let's go somewhere else, shall we? How about... No, there's nowhere I can go. Oh, man. Okay. Well. We'll do it the hard way. We do have a second. Oh, did your dragon flame? Yeah, yeah, exactly. I've seen it. I actually did tell you guys that I went someplace and the XtianNinja was there. He says he follows me, and I'm like, I don't remember that, but okay, I believe you. Because why would you lie? Nurse Nerd, can I press on that and just ask the question, if you don't mind? What can you give us a specific example of a blessing that you feel like you've gotten? Something in your life that is uniquely awesome? Because we could all use some positive news, you know what I mean? This way maybe? That's a bit of overkill. I love watching videos on YouTube. I was here first. always raining. It's always raining, man. I can't remember what I was saying. I'm distractible, easily distractible. How am I supposed to light things on fire in the rain? I'm a bot, I am power. There you go. Dragon fight in the chat. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. Can you give us something specific, Nurse Nerd? I'd love to hear some story. Wait, that's the bad guy area. Ah, fiddlesticks. I don't want to take on bad guys. Such a pain. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Nope. 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 Can't see me. Nope. He's not supposed to see me. See? Yes, I would love to. Yeah, I need some good news. Tell me how you've been blessed. Not that I have bad news. Not that, like, I'm doing all right. Aristotle Online. Can I ask you deep and complicated questions? Those are my favorite kind of questions, Aristotle Online. Yes. Please do. I exist for just such an occasion.
Language.
Occasionally, if you cut grass, you can get yourself a fairy, or you can get yourself all kinds of other fun stuff. We're just gonna take a wide berth around here. No reason to get excited. Just me. Nobody here but us chickens. Oh, wait. What did he say? Oh! I thought I blocked those! Dragon, that's so funny. I take blame, okay? I will take the blame for that. He does not deserve... Because I'm the one who was supposed to have blocked all that. That's so funny. Okay, I need fire. How am I gonna do fire? Okay, you. Uh-oh. Hold on. Ow. Jerk. Honestly, it probably shouldn't be here now because my heart isn't working as well as it should. Oh. Been on meds for years and have a pacemaker at 46 instead of lying around all day complaining. I'm too tired to do anything. How do you do it? Because I know for me, it's always very tempting to just like, I don't feel good, so I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? So what's your secret? Ah! That was supposed to start a fire. Urgh. Fine, we're gonna go back here and we're gonna sleep. I think I went to the wrong place. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna make a note, Dragon, that because my mod system should have turned that off. I got a note here. This is Bitcoin because someone's like, hey, if I wanted to donate you know, non whatever currency, e-currency to you, could I? Like, I don't know how to do that. So I had to go looking into it. Not that hard, but it was like, never been asked that before. Fix language mod chat. Yeah, that makes sense to me in the future. No problem. Yeah, I definitely went the wrong way. Dang it. Do you know of any church governments or denominations that have a functioning internal legal system? And if not, can you do your best to describe what the internal legal system of the church looks like according to the Bible? You mean like the when you say legal system, do you mean penalty and whatnot, or do you mean how the hierarchy works within the church, right? Because there's a bunch of a bunch of different ones. So I just want to make sure I get clarity on, do you mean how church discipline works, or do you mean how a hierarchy within the church works? Basically, I don't feel I have the option. There you go. Need to be around and do stuff with my family, and I want them to think I'm messing because I'm too sick. That's hard to do, man. Good for you. Because I know that it's so easy to play the victim these days. You know what I mean? To just basically say I'm going to, because I'm sick, you guys have to do everything. Because I'm sick, nobody, you know, I'm not going to, I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean or whatever, because that's just my lot in life. And to have someone go, no, I don't have permission to do that. I have a family to take care of. It's an exception. Sorry, I'm trying to find somewhere to bunk. Although it's not raining anymore. How am I gonna do this? I need flint, I need fire. Do you have anything for me? Let's go steal things at people's houses, because surely there's something I can just steal, no? Maybe we'll just come back. You know what? Forget it. We'll just come back. We'll go do our diligence over here and keep the story going, and we'll come back another time and do the tower once I'm a bit better prepared. Because honestly, I thought I could do it. I'm like, oh, thorns, fire, and no fire, and there's rain. So no, that's not gonna work. I had one piece of flint, and it did not do anything. So, what do you want from me? I mean, in some situations, that's the past tense of fight. But I'm ching. Where's the yellow dot? Yellow dot that way. Ooh, okay. What? I'm trying to get there. Was there no shrine over here? Or did I just not get one? I must be a dum-dum. I have to go all the way around the mountain again? That can't be right. All right, well, there had to be a shrine that I missed. Shrine. Church legal system in the sense of hearing one brother's case against another. Oh, okay, in that way? Well, yeah, there is, okay? So the way that the legal system in the church goes is that you have the instituted order of hierarchy that is given to us through scripture. Basically, you know, like it's, you know, God, Jesus, within the Trinity has a hierarchy. Therefore, it's reflected within the church that you have apostles, and then elders or bishops or presbyters, whatever you want to call it, then and deacons. And so, what you end up doing when it comes to when there's an issue between two brothers, you go to Matthew 18. There's more than one place to go, but Matthew 18 is a great example of a place that you can kind of start with. And it basically says, if two brothers have something against each other, they should work it out themselves, right? Hello, Redeemed by Adonai. Good to see you. It's going well. Sorry, I just got asked a big deep question, so I thought I'm gonna jump into it. And so it's if they can't work it out themselves, then it's time to get friends involved. If they can't get friends, if the friends can't work, like for example, you go and you get a mediator friend, one that loves both you and both them, and then you try to work it out. And if that's not working, the other person's still not agreeing that they're having a problem or whatever the case is, then you bring in the church. You get a pastor or an elder, deacon, to come in and to have a conversation with that person and you know, with you guys, and kind of let's resolve this thing. And then if that doesn't work, you know, you do the whole, you know, you tell the church, and then the person is removed from church membership. Now, church membership is not something that you see in scripture. Like, there's actually no scripture you can go to that says that there is an official orderly list of members required for every church. However, you can go into the scriptures and see that they did keep lists. For example, they knew who was part of the church. They knew who was saved. They counted them. They also had widows lists, you know, and whatnot, be able to actually keep track of who was actually who got help and who needed help. They, you know, whatnot. So you can tell that there were lists. And the idea of membership within the church is really a human way for us to be able to say, so who agrees with our theology, who is committed to sticking around and doing ministry, who has the desire to work together in partnership with each other. And as you have all these, if you have all these things, okay, let's commit to each other. Membership is really a commitment thing. And so among churches that have that kind of membership, they have given permission to the elders to be able to hold each other accountable to what the scripture says, to, you know, and whatnot. And that if they don't want to, you know, if they decide to sin or they don't like that or whatever, then the only recourse you can really do is you can say, well, because you have shown yourself unrepentant, you've shown yourself to be divisive, you've shown yourself to be unsubmissive to the church and unsubmissive to God, the only thing we can assume is that you were either faking it when you decided to become a Christian, or you're backslidden, or you decided that you're giving it up, in which case we're going to say, you know what, then, you know, you can't vote here anymore. Essentially what it comes down to, you can't teach here anymore, you can't serve here anymore, because your influence on the church and influence on the people around here is going to be not a good one. So what church does that? I think most of the established denominations, for example, Presbyterian, some of it's bottom up, some of it's top down, like as in within the Baptist church, like most Baptist churches, you have the church takes care of itself. That's sort of the biggest deal, is that you have the individual church is the full level of government. There's nothing above it. The pastor or the plurality of elders, or whatever you want to call it, is the whole government. And so therefore that's who deals with it. Whereas in, say, a Presbyterian church or a Lutheran church or an Anglican church, you have a next level. Like you have the pastor, then you have the bishop, you know, above kind of thing, and then you have above that the like the super bishop. What's his name? I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, whatever. The anyhoozle. You know what I mean, right? They actually have a way that they can put it up the ladder, but Baptist churches know this. So most do. Independent churches are a little wonky because they tend to come up with their own rules, and sometimes that can be very Baptistic and being like, oh, individually, here's what we're going to hold each other to, and sometimes it's just plain wrong because it's just like whatever the pastor says, that's just the way it is. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what there is a term and I can't remember what it is. Like, what is it freaking called? The bishop starts with an A, right? No, not the Pope. Hey, oh, I almost had it. There it is. That's what I was missing. Let's go up there. What was it? Archbishop. That's the word I'm looking for. Love a duck. Yes. Cheapers. So yeah, they have a hierarchy. So what was your next question? There's a bunch, including basic fact finding in of the cases. Well, that's the thing. I don't know very many churches that actually do this well. One of the reasons that I had so many struggles in the churches that I was pastor of is because I would walk into churches that had very poor constitutions, very poor setting of their bylaws, or they had a solid set of bylaws, they didn't follow them. For example, they say they had an eldership, or they didn't even have elders or whatever, but if they did have an eldership or deaconship, the qualifications were listed, but they aren't actually keeping them. The people who were in membership didn't know what the membership qualifications were, didn't know what they were actually signing up for. Nobody had read the membership like agreement or the thing that, you know, everybody agreed to for years and years and years. And so when I come in there and someone is doing something dumb, I go, hey, you know, hold on. To you who set foot in this shrine, I am Taloneg. I share with you my knowledge that it may please Hylia. Taloneg's shrine. Teaching. Taloneg's teaching. Hold on. So, yeah, essentially, you know, I would be like, well, this person is doing a dum-dum, and they shouldn't do the dum-dum, in which case, let us bring them to church discipline. And people are like, well, that's just mean. I'm like, yeah, but it's written in the Constitution, it's written in the membership agreement. Like, this isn't new information, guys. That's where you'd end up with people having a bit of an issue. So I don't know very many places that actually do church discipline very well. But that doesn't mean it's not there. If you go to a healthy church, there's a very good chance that the reason the church is healthy is simply because they have finally figured out how to do church discipline well. Use a side hop to avoid enemy attacks. This will create an opening that can strike back. How do you side hop? Target enemy and left and right. All right. Target enemy. Ooh, let's go. Yeah, and most people I find don't. That didn't work. Try it again. Ow. Try this again. I'll get it right one of these days. There. Bad. Do a backflip to avoid enemy attacks and create an opening to strike back. For so many church histories and old sermons that seem to refer to a structured legal system and legal cases between brothers and sisters. Never seen an honest case that makes room for false accusation and judgment. Well, the convolution of civic or civil law and the actual church, the way that they're, you know, I'll get this right. Hold on. That gets a little wonky. Like, for example, the best example of that is John Calvin in Geneva, right? Is that he was given way too much power and whatever because they liked it. No, they liked him very much, but his expectations were too high. Like you know, the argument, you know, like John Calvin was cruel because he had these people killed or whatever. He was put in charge of a civil government. It wasn't a church government. He was part of a civil government, even though he was a leader in the church and a reformed leader. It was very convoluted. Even though it was Protestant, it went kind of wonky Catholic, where the Catholic and the landowner and the bishop and the Lord and all, they all mushed together. It became really power grubbing and horrible. It started to happen a little bit in the not Pentecostal, what's the word? Protestant church as well. Okay, sorry, I gotta do a perfect guard now. But he did. No, he was brought in as a leader of the build up your power and then release it to unleash charges back. Catch your enemies down. Okay, that I know how to do. There we go. No, he was in charge. That's the thing. He went to Geneva and then he was given like judicial authority of some kind, like within the government. Like some people in Geneva despise them. I remember, again, you're smarter than me. You've read more books than me. I've only read like the 1 or 2 biographies of Calvin, so I could be totally getting this wrong. But I remember when he was in Geneva, and he was there doing, he was brought into a leadership position within there, and then he was given the ability to judge and to pronounce whether it was a counselor or whatever. And under his leadership, some people were executed, and it had to do with mushing together the church and the city council and whatnot. He was brought in as the pastor of the local church, and there was no suitable Genevan candidates. But no. Help me out, Ransom, because he did pronounce he had at least 2 people that were killed because of his judgment. I'm happy to back off. It just feels like I really remember that. Was that one guy that Calvin sent to execution? Yeah, right? I'm not saying local magistrates don't send people to life in prison. Yeah, I can't remember his name either, but it was Calvin. Yeah, that's the remember that I have. Again, Ransom's smarter and better than I am at this kind of stuff, but I do that definitely happened. So, but to answer your question, Aristotle, you've got it's really difficult when you go back into history and you start looking into the mushmash of Catholicism and Protestant connection to the the actual landowners and the kings and all the rest. It gets really convoluted and messed up, and you don't know who's doing church discipline and who's doing just being manipulative with God's name. If we go into the Protestant side, we just take Protestant side and we kind of move it over here. You have very distinct within the church rules of how to govern people, but there is no execution, right? Best you can do is excommunicate, or not best you can do, worst you can do is excommunication. The most famous case of execution in Geneva was Michael Servetus, and Servetus was already condemned to death in France. Okay, then go with what Ransom's saying. But then someone's got to figure out what I'm talking about. Because I'm not wrong about this. It's in there somewhere. Come on. You've now done well to learn these crucial skills. Now proceed. Okay. So I've never used the side hops, and I never used the flurry rushes, which I should. Actually, some people say you shouldn't use flurry rush because it kills the durability of your weapon. That's 500M basically useless. That's funny, dude. I feel you though. That's so funny. I don't even make it to 580. I can make it maybe to 275, 350. Get me past 350 and then I'm confused. As soon as the canon's closed, I'm like, I don't know what to do after that. Things went crazy. Calvin agreed with Servetus' heresy. He was anti-Trinitarian. Went to execution, but so did everyone else in authority. Yes, I do remember he got a bad rap. That's true. I remember that. He got a bad rap because people thought that it was his idea. Yeah. Right. Yeah, Aristotle. Yeah. Okay, I hear what you're saying. These times are cool times, like the use application of blacksmithing is. Oh, there's a lot of really neat stuff that happened, like healthcare, cruelty, war, disease, famine, terrible stuff. Also really, really bad. But there's some really neat stuff there back there too. You ever watch Forged by Fire? Redeemed? That's a great show. Making swords and whatnot. So great when they make it. They're like, it's so good. And the guy walks over and goes, twink, and it snaps in half. Oops-a-doodle. Was that me? I'm sorry. Wasn't my fault. All right, we're gonna float into town again and go stay the night. Putting a lot on hotels in this game. It disappoints me in how they choose contestants. Yeah, I don't know how they do that. I mean, there's one dude, his forge was like in his backyard on the grass, and all he had was sand. And he's doing pretty good. Like the show Ink Masters, they basically have any applications that sometimes semblance of experience. And well, that's the thing, it requires a certain amount of people, a certain level of people who want to be on that kind of show, and not everybody does, especially some of the really, you know, the artists that are really dedicated. Like I'm not a TV show. I want to draw. Uh-oh.
Link,
Something bad happened.
Link. Be on your guard. Ganon's power grows. It rises to its peak under the hour of the blood moon.
It do? That's no good.
By its glow, the aimless spirits of monsters slain in the name of the light return to flesh. Link, please be careful.
I'm trying. 96%, Samus. That's a lot.
Ooh.
Good morning. No, it's not. Not after that cutscene. All right, this time for sure. Let's go see if we can make ourselves a stamina thing. Because I need it. Okay, where's my stamina mushroom? Rushroom, no. I guess we can cook some of that. Hold. And then meat. Yeah, okay. Alright. Cook that. Folks trying to take go back. Dude, there's so many reasons not to go back in time. It's not good back then. For most people, right? Like they would kill me. Some places would kill me because of my heritage. Like, I don't want to go back there. I want a stamina one. Where's the stamina shroom? Amaranth cannot be durable. Raise your defense. No. Stealth. No. Hearts. No. Stamina. There we go. Hold. And then drumstick. Let's go. Hygiene and plumbing. Yeah. Isn't that nice? Wouldn't that it, go back then and you give me a nice, you know, some nice plumbing. I think I might be a lot better. I mean, this is the people that thought that if we get rid of all the cats, we'll do a lot better with the Black Plague, and did not work out. Yeah, I think I'm going to be in trouble. There's nowhere else. Oh, that's stamina. Okay, let's hold that one. Hold, and then some apples. Then we're good. Then we can go get that tower. Yep, thank you. Hey, Gabriel! I mean, technically they had penicillin, but they didn't know it. I'm sure there are a lot of mold around. Okay, that's where we want to go. That's where we're going to start. Yep. Yeah. My asthma was the main theory infectious disease for a while. I like the one, like, if we watched, what was that one? This is a British show, Horrible Histories, and like all the ways that they would treat really horrible things. Culture believe you get sick. I mean, you can if it's that bad. Oh, are there? Oh. I think I can get up the tower. That's what matters. I just got to get up the tower. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do is get up the stupid tower. Yeah, like, I'm trying to think of some of the worst ones that people did. Like bloodletting. That was a big one. Every time anybody did anything, you know, why don't we suck all your blood out? I'm sure that'll really help out. Your blood has too much blood in it. Or brandy. That's another one. You read Sherlock Holmes, and the solution to every problem is to give the person brandy. Yeah, treating the ghost into your blood with cocaine and leeches. Yay! I mean, yeah, it's a party, but